All right. Dude, you know, who even knows, man? So it's so common for my stream to go down randomly when I start it. It just happens sometimes for no reason that I can ever work out. All right, okay. So, okay, so we can work this out better now. So we have this 5-4. I'm gonna guess that the archive of that 312. Free two. Which colors were which? So yellow's free, blue's 1, red's 2. Yep, that looks terrible. Oh, fuck, I keep hitting like wrong buttons all the time. It's really annoying. Just doing this for a second while I... No. Ah, fuck's sake. I keep hitting all the wrong buttons. It's really fucking frustrating now. Okay. I think that also might be telling me is that there's 3 reds. 4 blues. Never mind. Oh, actually, no. I guess it could be doing 5, 4. And that's a 3. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so let's say that it's 6, 7, 7. 7. Let's see. B is 3. Red is 4. Possibly. Or it's 6. And that is. That could maybe be 1. misunderstanding this, I think. I'm misunderstanding that. Alright, let's go to the scanner then. Let's do that instead. Put the fabric we bleached into the hole in the bed. Looks like exactly the right size. Okay. Alright, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Right, okay. That's what I was referring to. Good work. The screen changed. You've seen it too? Yeah, there was something like this in the AB room. Well, Redzif, you just got to sit there and wait, unfortunately. Let people come to their own conclusions. You saw one? Yeah. Use a password like this to open the safe in our AB room. Gotta write that down. Oh, it's cool. I can remember it. Gonna memorize it? Sure, no sweat. Got a pretty good memory. No, I knew the thing was gonna go here, but I was thinking maybe this was the extra part of the code. Might need to find the blue one now. Derek. Oh, okay. Crude. I wonder what these all are. Jesus. Is it always the same? I guess you could do that. You could, like, write them all down. Just curious what we actually get if we put them all down. A-H-N-B-E. P-U-I. F-K. Curious what these all are. Interesting. Map. Map. It'd be funny if that was the answer. I think I'm supposed to just randomly find words in this. To be fair, I was just curious what all the letters were. She. Map. She. Tuck. Low. Secure was C-U-R-E-D. Cured, yeah. How do you solve this puzzle? Yeah, I know. Two blue, two yellow, one red. Never tried that one, to be fair. Hey, it was nice. Why'd the left door open? There's something in there. Ooh, another one. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. Alright, let's do it. Found. Yo, we did it, boys. Nice. Happy days. So I did it. Nice. Good job. Seems you figured it out. Screen showing something again. Yo, 3 stars. Let's go. I'm happy I worked that one out. It occurs to me that I haven't even... Can we do this again? Oh, good. Okay, it's good. Done. Occurs to me I haven't actually seen the thing to put the codes into yet. Didn't even occur to me until now that I haven't seen it. Hey! Oh, hello. Some sort of clipboard. There's a memory card on here. Ah, okay. Scrap of paper. Didn't even know I could open that. Oh, that's where it tells you about the stuff you put in. And there's the safe. Okay, so that was the whole thing that like I skipped over without realizing. Yeah, I didn't. I won't lie. Those cabinets didn't look like they were interactable, so I just didn't interact with them. That happens a lot in these games. I assume something's not interactable as opposed to clicking on it. And while, yes, that would be solved by things being highlighted, it would also take away a large part of the mystery. It opened. Hey, well done. Good work. Sweet. Sun, moon. Oh, looks like it'll open up with that other password too. Seems like it. I'm happy I got the. I'm happy I got the answer to that one. I'm happy I got the secret file for that. We got a map. Floor A. Can take a close look at it later. There's still more stuff in here. Why don't we get the first? Okay, we've got a card. Yeah, we've had these before. I'm just skipping over dialogue that is kind of extremely similar to stuff we've had before. Need to know. Here are a few more rules. Once you open a door, you can hop through. Oh yeah, we've had this before. Interesting. So it says that once we get out of here, we'll head back to the warehouse. Yep. There's another piece of paper in here. Looks like a part of a newspaper. Why would someone put a newspaper in here? What's this one? Oh, we've had this one as well. I've had this from like a different perspective. No, we're not talking about quarantines. I'm playing this game to get away from it. It's Radical 6. Wait, quarantine? No way. No way, Radical 6. Look, we can talk about this later. Right now we need to get out of here and as fast as we can. Just do what I tell you. Let's get out of here, bro. All right, everyone for the countdown of the key. All right, here we go. Okay. Yep. 3, 2, 1, and unlock. Someone made a really low effort game called Quarantine Sim. Pure. It sounds like one of those really low effort meme games that pops up really out of nowhere when stuff happens.
Huh. You think this actually works?
It doesn't like it exist. Yeah, I'm sure it will exist. It'll be one of those ones that's like made for people to make a YouTube video on and then never play again. Don't know. Only one way to find out.
Hey, someone's coming.
Luna, Clover, and Kay.
With Dio, Quark, and Alice tagging along, looks like.
Oh, the old pen. What's going on here?
We bumped into them a little while ago.
Who'd have thought we'd bump into you, too?
Let me see the map.
Oh, sure. Da-na-na-na. Putting it in. I'll count down from 3. Okay, here I go. Putting it in, doing a little twist. Oh, I get it. All 3 routes end up here.
That map. It's just like the one we found in the crew quarters.
Crew quarters?
Oh, we found a map like that too. There was one in the lounge.
There's a lounge? Anyway, ours was in the infirmary.
Maybe we should sit down for a bit and exchange information.
No. There's plenty of time for that after we check out this elevator.
Down to the doors, baby. We doing good? Yeah, I'm doing good, Zarek. Okay, well, no. It sucks I'm not going to get to see Jazz for a while, but...
What the?
Other than that...
Oh, this is just like the other floor.
These doors have colors on them too. The one on the left is green. The one in the middle is blue. And the one on the right is red.
Are these chromatic doors? Look, there's a box here. It looked like the ones we saw earlier.
Oh, we can skip. Hey, we can skip.
Well, looks like we don't have a choice then. We gotta head back. Sigma, where's that note you found?
Right.
Did it say something like supplementary rules? Because if it did, we have one too. We found ours in the crew quarters.
Yeah, we got one of those. Found it in a safe in the lounge.
Yeah, I don't want to skip new text. Here are a few more rules for you. Once you've opened a door, you can hop through it as much as you like. Yeah, we've had this.
This is the infirmary then. We were able to walk right in, just like the note said.
That means you can come visit the lounge too. You'd like it, Grandpa. There's lots of alcohol. They've even got some of your favorite.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, that sounds great. Maybe I'll go have a drink later.
What the hell, man? How are you so damn calm?
Wait, Grandpa? Did Tenmyoji and Quark know each other? Were they actually related? I was about to ask when something else caught my attention. Someone behind the divider was talking to someone else. I snuck a look around.
Do you think there's a connection?
I can't be sure yet. But there's no way this is all just coincidence.
Yeah. There's even a 0.
Whatever it is that's going on, we need to get in touch with headquarters and fast.
Yeah, I agree. They probably figured out we're gone by now.
Yeah,
Do you think they'll find us?
let's hope so.
How are these two connected? Grandpa, do-do-do to Grandpa. Ba-do-do-do-do-boo. Okay, skip over this bit. The ambidex explanations. Okay, Quark and myself each gave one card to Luna, Alice, and Tenmyoji. Then we headed into the AB rooms. There wasn't really any discussion of who'd go into which door, and Fi and I found ourselves heading into the leftmost room. Looks like everybody else is gone already. Think we should head in too?
Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there.
Okay. Just get in there, bro. Just put it in. Come on. Secret file? Yeah, read after. No rush.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
What? This game's got a time limit too? What? 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 What the hell? Who is this?
Fuck if I know.
Fuck if I know. There's an old lady in our room.
Look, it doesn't matter who she is. Just get everybody over here.
Yeah, right. Hey, guys, get over here. We found someone. There's a lady over here. She's unconscious. This is very different. Who's got the Santa Claus jingle bells and they run? Ding, 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 ding. I didn't wait for a response. I just turned around and followed Fi into the room. We knelt down next to a woman and turned over her as gently as we could manage. All that greeted us was, oh, blood. She's covered in blood. I leaned down to listen at her mouth. Nothing, no breath. With shaking hands, I felt against her neck for a pulse. Is she gonna be okay? Yeah, let me just, is she gonna be okay? Okay. Let me just check. Yeah, no, definitely bleeding dead. No movement, just cold skin. I love whoever's got the Santa
What the hell
Claus
were you yelling at?
bells.
What's going on here?
Is she?
Quark, don't look! Somebody get Quark out of here!
Okay. Come on, Quark.
Then
I think Quark.
she's...
Don't, Quark! Your innocent eyes! Is it Kay's monk robes? Kay's monk robes make the jingle bell sound? Ding, 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 jingle, 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 jingle bells. It's weird. She's not breathing and I can't find a pulse. I don't remember the jingle bell sound being here before. Her body's already cold, so I'm guessing she was murdered a while ago.
Murdered?
Does this look like an accident or a suicide to you? Could be. Radical 6, baby.
Looks like she was stabbed. Don't see a weapon around here, though. That means either the killer took it with them, or it was part of them.
Part of them?
A robot with a knife hand.
Well, if someone was strong enough and they had metal hands, then they might be able to stab someone in the heart.
Oh, looking at Kay.
What are you suggesting?
It's just a joke.
It's a joke, bro. It's just a joke. Dude, chill, man. It's just a joke. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would never suggest that you would murder someone. It's just a prank. A classic, harmless prank.
Don't take it so seriously.
It's just a joke. Unless...
Whatever. If we examine the wound, we'll probably get a better idea of what the weapon was. Let's get her to
Just
the
a
infirmary.
joke. Just Kay. Joke.
She
bro.
might be old, but she's still a woman. If we're going to do an autopsy, she should have some privacy.
Yeah, Sigma. What? I know what you were gonna say. Nothing.
Come on, boys, let's go.
Come on, boys. Me and the whole squad rocking up to the infirmary. Yeah, you're definitely the murderer. Lol, JK. Unless. Dude, what? DOK and I gingerly lifted the woman up and carried her to the infirmary. Perhaps he just didn't consider himself one of the boys, or maybe it was something else. But whatever the reason, Temioji only stared. Come on, boys. His whole body was rigid, like a rope pulled almost to its breaking point. But it was his eyes that caught my attention. He wasn't staring at us, not quite. It was more like he was staring towards us, a smoldering spark of something burning slightly behind his gaze. It wasn't until we were almost to the infirmary that I realized Temioji hadn't spoken a single word since the moment he'd found the body. Oh, he knows it. I turned to look back at him. He was following us at a distance, his breathing heavy and labored, and his movements slow and shuffling, as if his body was suddenly made of lead. Me and the boys carrying a dead body. You got the whole squad carrying bodies. You got us all laughing. Dun, dun, dun. Down, bow. Where, bow. Where, bow. Where, bow. The old woman's body was surprisingly light. Carrying her felt almost like carrying an old piece of wood. An old dry piece of wood. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting comparison. We set her down carefully in the infirmary bed, as if we were afraid she might break. She looks so peaceful. It's almost like she was going to wake up any minute now.
Maybe she didn't suffer much when she died.
Let's hope so. She's got a hell of a turtleneck going.
Anyway,
Oh, it's like lifting up a raisin. Oh god, I think it was Llama that said it. Live old? Yeah. Tenmyoji looks incredibly old and incredibly young at the same time. Yeah, that was a good one.
I feel a little bad about doing this, but I think we need to examine her.
You mean like an autopsy or something?
I'm just going to have a look at the wound. If we had a coroner, then it would be a different story, but... What?
I have a medical license.
You're a nurse?
No.
You're a doctor?
Well, I'm not exactly a coroner.
Interesting. I guess you really can't judge a book by its cover, can you?
I'm telling you, man, she's got a PhD in herbal medicines.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
Are you really going to perform an autopsy?
Oh, I won't really be doing it. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an ATOM. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
Absolutely, definitely, always medical. That's what it stands for. So you think you can use it to perform some kind of autopsy?
Yes.
We need to use the absolutely, definitely, always medical machine.
I think I should be able to manage that.
The absolutely, definitely, medical. Luna ran the scanner over the body, then turned back to the terminal. The display filled up with text, most of it rather technical. Sex, female. Sex, yes please. Estimated age 65 to 75. Diagnosis, deceased. Cause of death, exsanguination. Exsanguination? I don't know what that means. Maybe there's a fancy word for getting stabbed. Time of death, 3 to 4 hours ago. It's dead diagnosis. What's your diagnosis, doctor? Dead. Ah, yes, I see. See what you mean. Exsanguination. Exsanguinating is a loss of blood. Ah, right, okay. Weapon entered through fourth intercostal piercing heart. Wound characteristics. Wound margin clean, continuous. Wound angles, 1 sharp, 1 blunt. Wound cavity, 150 millimeters. Yo, this machine's tight. Wound length, 30 mil. Wound width, 3 mil. Conclusion. Based on the characteristics described above, there's a 95% chance the wound was caused by a sharp, single-bladed instrument. Damn, this is a good machine. Who needs doctors, right? Huh. Yeah, I don't really get it. What's it mean by instrument? Oh, whistled. Was she stabbed with a clarinet or something?
It means
A
tool
clarinet?
of some sort.
A clarinet? Death by being impaled by a clarinet. That'd be pretty impressive.
A knife, probably.
Yeah, how come this machine isn't rating her EU erotic units?
In other words, she was stabbed in the heart, right?
Stabbed in the
Yes.
Well, I suppose that clears me of suspicion.
No, you could have stabbed
Sorry,
her.
but no.
Why?
You could have stabbed her.
Please, don't tell me you think my hand can somehow turn into a knife.
Maybe.
I told you that was a joke.
Then why am I still a suspect?
We found the old lady in one of the AB rooms, specifically the one farthest to the left. Before we went in there, only 2 other people had been in that room. You and Clover. Only one of you was conscious.
Fi, please, stop joking around. I assure you, there was no one else in that room besides Clover when I woke up. She must have been put there later.
But the door was locked, right? I don't think anyone could have gotten in without the key.
Perhaps, but there was a hatch on the ceiling, remember?
Yes, there was. But Zero said he locked all the hatches.
Well, if he was telling the truth, nobody could have gotten in there after you two left. Which means
You fucking bastard!
Dio's straight to the...
Why'd you kill her, Kay?
Dio is straight to the accusation. He's like, yes, it was you!
I knew it. You're him, aren't you? You're the real Zero.
Wait a minute, please. Just calm down. You aren't making sense. Let's suppose I am Zero. Why would I do something that would obviously cast suspicion on me?
Because it would be so obvious. That's what someone who would say who was deliberately trying to cast suspicion on themselves to make it so obvious they would seem like they weren't the person.
Well, because you figured we'd think that.
Yeah.
And you'd throw us off the trail by doing the exact opposite.
Yeah, exactly. See, me and Dio, man. We're brain brothers, yeah. We're brain brothers. I sent him the message through the morphogenetic field.
That's not a logical argument. Still, you do have at least half a point.
Oh, half a point.
Your argument doesn't confirm my guilt, but it does show us where we should be looking. The real Zero.
Don't worry, don't you logic me, Mr. Robot.
The person who brought us here is likely the person who murdered that woman. Doesn't that seem like the most reasonable answer?
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. If Zero was the murderer, then they could open anything they wanted to.
What is this pose? What is... Oh, shit. What is this pose supposed to be? Like, I know the smiling's a bug, but why is she winking at me? I guess a murder happened. Is that the murder pose?
I mean, didn't Zero...
I live in the master computer. That means all the electronic doors in this whole warren are under my control.
Exactly. Also, consider this. If the murderer isn't Zero, why would the AI Zero stay silent? He told us that his job was to make sure the game ran smoothly, but now the unexpected has happened, and he says nothing. Why would he do that? If he can see everything we do, then he must know who killed the old woman.
Oh, like a Popeye pose. I get me spinach.
So why has he kept his silence? The answer is simple. The murderer is Zero. Or rather, Zero Senior, I suppose you could say. He likely ordered Zero Junior, the AI, to keep his identity hidden. If Zero Junior told us about the murder, then Zero Senior's identity would be compromised.
It's time for a class trial.
There is something else to consider as well. Perhaps this murder was not unexpected. Zero Senior murdered her, just as planned. Death is only another part of the game.
Never been a big fan of spinach. How old am I? I am 30 years old. 30 years old. Ugh. As of today, I've been 30 years old for a month. Exactly. Turned 30 exactly a month ago. 24th of Feb. Freezel, not a big fan of spinach. Yeah, I've eaten spinach a couple times, but I've just never like. It's just like one of those things that I'll eat, but I wouldn't choose to eat. You know, it's like it's there, I'll eat it, but I'm like I probably wouldn't be like, ooh, yes, spinach. I just I want to like it more. I just don't. But like, you know the kind of foods. Introduced to me when I was 26 on YouTube. Time flies, man. Time flies. Time flies. I don't feel 30, though. I still feel like I'm about 21. Mentally. Physically. Probably not the same. Right, anyway. Killing someone is just part of a game to him?
Well, there's no way to know for sure, but I would assume so.
0 and -1.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Physically, I have the body of a god. If I get ill, I'll just will the sickness away. I'll just be like, sickness be gone. That's how I will the illness away. Sickness be gone. Seriously, you got to watch the quarantine episode of Sunny in Philadelphia. It's very funny. It's good. It's a great time to watch it now. It's very good.
All players, please enter your votes.
No.
If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Whoa, what was
I
that?
don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure.
And that is?
If we don't go vote, something bad's going to happen.
You see? Just as I said, Zero Jr. ensures the game continues, even though all of this is part of Zero Sr.'s plan.
Let's get back to the warehouse. If we all head to the AB rooms, maybe we'll see Zero Jr. After all, he told us he'd give us specifics once we gone in.
Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, da. Cave lady's taking the sick enjoyment from this whole situation. It's unsettling. She's freaky, man. We're really going in there? I kind of don't want to. I mean, there was like a dead lady in there a few minutes ago.
What? Are you worried there's a ghost or something?
Yeah. I mean, if a ghost comes at me, what am I going to do? I can't fight it off physically. My fist will just go straight through it. Well, what am I going to do? I don't have my Ghostbuster. Ghostbuster? Ghostbuster! I don't have my Ghostbuster beam. I don't have a vacuum. The one thing I'm scared of in this world is ghosts, because I can't hit them. I can't hit them physically. I'll just go straight through. I've never ever forgotten that. I've told this many times, but there was an old when I used to work in this club, there was this bouncer that I got on with, and I was talking with him about some. I think he was telling me about how he was doing martial arts, and then he was telling me how he only fears one thing in the world, and it's ghosts, because he can't physically hit them. And I was like, that's amazing. I've never forgotten it. Never forgotten it. It's the best thing I've ever heard. This big dude who was like, genuinely was like, he could have taken on anyone, I swear, but he was terrified of ghosts because he couldn't fucking physically like attack them. No, that's all right. I can never remember what it is to remove like messages from temporarily. Just like get rid of them and then get them back. There's like is it like purge? Is that what it's called? I have no idea. You can time out and then untime out. The trash bin. There's a trash bin? I don't see a trash bin on here. Slash delete. That's weird. Maybe I don't get the trash bin because maybe I don't get the trash bin because of It popped out the chat, perhaps? Weird. Very weird. Can you on your own messages? No, I don't think so. No, of course not. It's just, you know, doesn't it bother you?
Nope, I don't believe in ghosts.
Whoa. That means a ghost is gonna get you.
I feel bad that she died, of course. But there's not really anything I can do about that, is there?
Damn, you're pretty cold. You know that?
I prefer bold, but whatever.
No, cold. You can say bold, but you're cold.
Just don't let emotions get in the
You're
way.
you're fucking straight up ice, you are, Faye. Like, seriously. It's pretty much the definition of cold.
Anyway, let's go. Looks like the others have already gone in.
You got Ice 9 flowing in your veins. Fine. You're cold in the dead body we just picked up. And you feel like you feel kind of the similar, like wood. What is it? You find ghost or something?
No.
You find a ghost?
That's why I always say, shum shum, slippity dop.
Hey, Flaminora gifting the sub to Arzalak. Arzalak. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Flaminora. Arzalak. Nuland. No.
Look at the screen. There's something there.
The screen. Oh yeah, and there goes the door.
Yep.
Hooray! I've been waiting.
So have we. We've got some questions for you, Zero. Who is that old what?
Will all of you please stop bombarding me with questions?
Paul?
The other people in the other rooms are asking me stuff just like you are, Siggy. I guess you probably can't hear them since these rooms are completely soundproof, but B.O. is especially loud. For real, B.O., I need you to shut up. There isn't much time. I gotta hurry and explain all this stuff, or the game will end before I'm done. So, no more questions from now on.
No more questions. Go on.
No answers for anybody, okay? You just have to wait. Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to... For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Tenmioldi.
Tenmioldi, I love that.
Didn't they? That means that Siggy and it goes the other way
Saga
too.
on
Tenmioldi's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be me. And B.O. and Hook's enemy will be Alas. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word.
Is this all from one single VA? Yeah, I think so.
If you choose ally, then they're your ally.
What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all.
First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it. Do you?
All you guys have to do
is pick! Just pick one of those easy options! Your BP will go up or down, depending on what you pick. It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow. So, I made this handy chart.
I love Zero.
The plus.
Okay, skip. We've had this before.
Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but it'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time!
Wait.
No.
Wait.
I won't wait and I can't wait. Didn't you hear me?
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
You see,
It's time for me to be hopping on out of here.
See you later. Have a nice trauma.
We don't have time to talk about this. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors?
We have to decide who's gonna press the button.
Oh, and you think that's a good way to decide?
Just shut up and do it. 1, 2, 3.
Paper.
Rock.
Yo, we had to think about this before with the rock, paper, scissors. Paper! Huh, looks like I won.
Damn it. So what are you gonna pick?
I guess ally?
We're playing against Tenmyoji. Do you have any reason to think he won't betray you?
I guess not.
Yeah, if he does, what does that make our BP?
We'd be down to 1 point each. But that's not hopeless. I mean, sure, we'd be a little further away from the goal, but what we gotta do is earn those points back.
And when will we do that?
Okay, well, I don't actually know, but it's pretty obvious that we'll be playing this game more than once. After all, we can't get to 9 BP if we don't.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, you won. The decision's yours. Now decide, ally or betray.
3, 2, 1.
We're gonna ally with Tenmyoji, because he's allied all the other times. He might betray us. He'll probably betray us because we pick ally, because that seems to happen every time. So we'll do ally first. In that last moment before the counter reached 0, I made my choice. Vote has been recorded.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Can you show us the flowchart? I tend not to look at the flowchart until I've reached an end at the moment. I don't like constantly referring back to it. Like, if I'm trying to pick different directions, I'll do it, but I tend not to look back until I've actually gone down the whole path, and then I'll go back and look at what choices splintered off where. As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer. Tenmyoji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
So you chose ally, huh?
Well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll close my eyes and you guys can look. There you go. Because I don't want to know where I am. So you chose ally, huh? You don't get to complain. I won, remember?
Not complaining. I just think you're being a little soft-hearted.
Oh, you worry too much. I'm sure Tenmyoji chose ally too.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't have any facts, just misguided optimism.
Well, sometimes I need that, okay?
Yo, what's up? Siggy!
Siggy, Fido! Fido!
Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We should have a look at those results.
Fine.
Good.
The only people who seem to be feeling the timelines thus far is me and Fido.
Looks like you're all here.
Siggy and Fido.
Let's get ready to rock!
Ambidex
Yeah!
Round 1!
The results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Of course he chose Betray. I'm sure if we pick Betray, he'd pick Ally. I have no doubt that if we pick Betray, he picks Ally. Man, a lot of betrayals in this one. Holy shit, dude. The last one, there was a lot of allying. Man, okay, so Kane Clover betrayed Luna. Damn, that's cold, man. How can you betray Luna? Dio and Quark betrayed Alice. Alice didn't betray them. Interesting. And Sigma and Phi allied of Temioji who betrayed them.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Sigma. Phi.
I think the betray thing comes more from the fact that, like, he's, like, really downtrodden. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Why? But I don't know. Yeah, like, he's acting differently to how he was in the other one. Like, whatever happened with that lady's obviously messed with his head. Temioji, why? I trusted you.
Look, I said I was sorry.
See? I told you. A soft heart is the easiest to break. Do you understand what kind of game this is now?
Just tell me one thing, Temioji. Why did you do it?
Are you serious? Someone's dead, and not just dead, murdered. I got no reason to think that murderer wasn't one of you.
Yeah, I guess. So what happened is completely, like, switched the way he's approaching this. Because the last time, obviously, he didn't have that. So what's happened has completely changed his personality, or, like, the way he approaches this. Because I think we have to, like, separate the personality he had in the other one from this one, basically.
Only an idiot trusts someone he's never met when there's a killer on the loose. You think I had a choice? Right. I think that's enough for me. I'm old and I'm tired.
I'm old and I'm young.
So tired.
Temioji shuffled off, the same weight I'd seen earlier sitting heavy on his shoulders. It was only then that I noticed an angry voice nearby.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Hey, look, lady, I was gonna choose ally, I swear to God. But just as I'm about to do it, this little bastard runs in and hits the betray button.
What?
Oh, come on. Really gonna just try and play it dumb, huh? You're a manipulative little twerp, aren't you?
Quark, is he telling the truth? Were you the one who chose betray?
No! I didn't do anything! I didn't have a chance to do anything before Mr. Dio pressed the button! I'm telling the truth! I promise!
I trust Dio over you. I don't know why, but I trust Dio more.
Sure, kid. Whatever. The cute and innocent act isn't gonna work.
No!
No!
Fine. You just wait.
Alice turned on her heel and stormed off before Quark could reply, leaving him alone with Dio.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault? Why are you blaming me? How could you do that, Mr. Dio? You're a jerk.
I moved away silently to let them stare daggers at one another. Oh yeah, we're brain buddies, you're right. Me and Dio were brain buddies, that's why I trust him. It seemed there wasn't the only team facing some friction, however. Everyone's
We aren't trying to blame you.
Everyone's awkward.
But, I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose betray?
Oh, Luna. Oh.
Forget it. I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
Oh man, in this one, everyone's fucking falling out all over the place. We had a way better atmosphere in the last one. And the air in the room seemed to turn thick and sour, hanging over us like a brooding, angry cloud. It was a grim omen of a darker times to come.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be happy?
Well,
Explain more of the story to us.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Alas or Siggy. Or Fido. Or maybe Mooney.
Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game. Is that? That's pretty clear. It's the different people again.
Or maybe everyone?
What?
Why?
yeah. Why am I going to die?
I I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized. Just like when you...
I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
I get it. Sigma, Phi, Alice, and I only have 1 BP. If any of us chose Ally and got betrayed, our BP would drop below 0.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. What?
The colors change. Yes, we got the color change. It's magenta now.
Mine's magenta too.
Me too.
All right, so I'm teamed up with Clover now.
Hey, wait. It wasn't just the color that changed. I'm a solo now.
It's like Clover and I are still pairs, though.
I'm a yellow pair now.
I am yellow as well, but it seems I'm still a pair.
Then who's the yellow solo?
Me. Still a solo. Me. Looks like I'm cyan.
I'm a cyan pair. Aren't you one too?
Yeah, says pear, and the color's cyan.
When did they change?
Pair to Clover, yep.
Back when the AB gates closed.
As soon as the gates go parent.
Ah, yes, our memories of us being gassed in that really weird camera angle. Why is this happening to me? I spent a few minutes wallowing in some misery. Figured I deserved at least a little self-pity. But even I knew that brooding and whining wasn't going to get me anywhere. Like Kay had said, we needed to at least find another way out. So I shook my head, stood up straight, and headed off. Alright, let's start meeting places. Yeah, I like Clover in the other games. Clover in this one is just terrifying. She's some kind of psychotic smiling cave lady.
Ah, Sigma.
Another dude. This place is turning into a real sausage fest.
Yo, yeah, sausage fest. Let's do it. What are you telling me for? Oh yeah, you were one of the first people in here, weren't you?
Yeah, so?
Well, did you notice anything?
No. Although I guess I did notice that the sofa's pretty comfortable.
Okay. How about something more useful?
I'd say that the comfort level of a sofa is pretty useful.
Dio, what's this?
To a lunar eclipse, December 31st, 2028, 1650 UTC.
That? What, you can't tell? It's a dirty magazine.
Oh, come on. It's about astronomy. Can you even read?
Can you even see? Just look at those rings on Saturn. Don't they excite you?
What? Different strokes, I guess.
It appears to be a special dedicated to a lunar eclipse. The cover says the eclipse can be observed on December 31st, 2028.
Yeah, there's exciting rings.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess it did say something like that.
December 31st, huh? That's 6 days from now, right?
6 days, huh?
You mean today is December 25th?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it is. Depends on how long I was out after they hit me with that gas, I suppose.
Hey, Kay. Your team went to the crew quarters, right? Did you find anything?
Nothing of interest.
Tia wants to see Uranus. Oh.
You'd better not be hiding something.
There really wasn't anything helpful. At least, nothing that could help us escape. There was a book about a cat, though.
A cat?
Oh, no.
What, so now Zero Senior's a crazy cat lady? Just what the hell are we supposed to do with that tidbit?
Well, it's more useful than how comfortable the sofa is.
Hey! The sofa's comfort level is very useful. What?
I think you must have misunderstood me. This book isn't for, cat ladies.
Cat ladies?
It's about Schrodinger's cat.
I don't really give a shit about the breed, genius. Anyway, I'm a dog person, if you couldn't tell.
No, it's not an issue of breed.
Okay. So it's a story about poor Mr. Schrodinger and his beloved cat, right?
Mr. Schrodinger.
Don't tell me.
Mr. Schrodinger.
Cat dies at the end.
Mr.
Who fucking
Schrodinger.
who?
Fine. Never
I mean,
mind.
that's what usually happens. Just as I was about to open my mouth and tell Kay that I cared about what he'd found, even if Theo didn't, Luna and Phi appeared. Poor Kay. He's like, oh, I found Schrodinger's cat book and nobody cares.
Oh, hello, Sigma.
So this is where you were.
Did any of you find anything?
Nope, we got squat. Diddly squat.
You were looking, though, right?
Nope. Hey,
Answer me.
Oh, well, I mean, we weren't wasting time. I was just asking them what they'd found.
And?
Nothing.
Useless.
What about you, Sigma? You were one of the people searching the infirmary, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. It did take, it'd take too long to explain. Just have a look at this. I'm just cleaning my glasses at the moment. I dug the paper out of my pocket and handed it to Luna.
It looks like a piece of newspaper.
Yeah, we found it in the infirmary safe.
The headline says, Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities.
What? What is Radical 6? Okay.
Too
The
topical.
Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed that the death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
Cold silence fell over the room. For several long minutes, no one spoke. There we go. Clean glasses.
Is there a chance? I mean, I certainly hope it isn't the case, but could it be that this facility is, in fact, one of the quarantine locations that clipping mentions?
Then, you're saying we're all infected with this Radical 6 virus?
I don't know. It doesn't really fit. I mean, none of us are showing any kind of symptoms, right?
Well, I
we
do
will.
feel a little strange. I've lost my balance a few times.
My body feels kind of weird too, now that you mention it.
That's probably just because you were asleep for so long.
Are you suggesting that our incarceration here has nothing to do with this article?
I remember a while back, actually, Sigma was saying that he felt like he wasn't really in his own body. He didn't feel quite right. So this is why my theory about him being, not really being a robot, but his consciousness somehow being inside of a robot.
Yeah, it just doesn't add up. The order's backwards. Maybe if we'd been thrown in here after this virus started spreading. But right now it looks like we were abducted before this thing turned into a pandemic. How's that make any kind of sense? Besides, you found that article in the safe, right? That means Zero Senior put it there specifically so we could find it and read it.
Why would Zero do something like that?
Yo, what up, Beats Attack? How's it going?
So that we'd think this place is a quarantine facility. So that we'd think what Zero wants us to think.
This guy's going so deep on the levels. He thinks everything that we get told is what we have to think. We have to think. We're not, and there's no truth to anything. Everything goes 2 levels deep.
How do you mean?
This thing is just a prop. Something to set the Zero's trying to freak us out. That article is a fake.
You got a point. If it was real, why cut it out? Just leave a newspaper with the article circled in red pen or something.
Right? That lazy son of a bitch. Probably too much of a pain in the ass to fake a whole paper.
Conspiracy theorist Dio.
What does the other side look like?
The other side? Oh, hold on. It's black.
See? There you go. Why would a newspaper just be black on one side?
Well, perhaps there was an ad there.
An ad?
Some sort of full-page ad with a black background.
I bet you money an article like this was front page news if it's too big for a story. And I really don't think they put full-page ads on the back of the front page.
Exactly.
True.
Even I know that, and I can count the number of times I've read a paper on one hand.
0.
If Zero Senior really wanted to trick us, why not go all out?
I never really liked newspapers because I don't like the way they make my hands smell afterwards. I don't like the smell of newspapers.
Only an idiot would fall for this. It's pathetic. Am I right or what?
I suppose you do have a point.
Yes, I agree.
Newspapers just smell like old news media. If it was really killing hundreds of thousands of people, I'm pretty sure that would have been on the news or something.
You're right. We would have heard about it.
All right, let's have a look around. See if we can find anything else.
Good idea.
I'll be off then. What about you guys? The consensus seemed to be that they intended to remain. Okay, see you all later. With a wave, I made my way to exit. Where to next? Yeah, to the crew quarters. Drawful 2's free on stream. Yo, nice. So like a temporary thing.
Oh, Sigma.
Well, have you found anything?
No. What about you?
Nothing. I looked through 3 or 4 of the rooms in here. No secret passages so far.
I don't think we're gonna find any. Do you really think Zero Senior is that stupid?
What up? Just pop in my Clover pose.
You're probably right. A secret passageway would be a pretty serious oversight. I have a lot of choice adjectives for Zero, but I admit stupid isn't one of them.
Start my anime modeling career. Hell yeah.
Right?
Hey, there's something I've been wondering about.
What?
So, what exactly is the deal with you, with the two of you?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you obviously know each other pretty well.
Yeah, we do. We're half sisters.
I don't believe that.
Any chance you'd buy that one?
I don't believe that for a second. Sorry.
Then what do you think we are?
I didn't feel like playing games. What's headquarters supposed to mean?
What?
I heard you two talking in the infirmary. You said something about getting in touch with headquarters.
Alice, what should we do?
Alice laid her hands on her hips and sighed.
Clover and I are co-workers.
Okay, where do you co-work?
We can't tell you that.
Why not? Is it some sort of secret government project that you can't talk about?
You can tell yourself that if it makes you feel better.
Does it have something to do with Zero?
Well, why would you think that?
Because you seem to know more about Zero than you're letting on, Clover. The way you were talking in the infirmary, there's even a Zero? Sure sounds like you heard of Zero before to me. And Alice, from what you two were saying, I'd bet you know something about Zero too. Yo. They're very bad at being undercover. Clover is terrible at being undercover. Artek, thank you for the 10 months of support. Lick, lick, lick my balls. Come on, you can't hide it forever. Just tell me what's going on here.
Well, this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
Clover.
It's okay. I think we can tell him a little.
A lil. What do you mean this isn't the first time?
About a year ago, 9 people were kidnapped and forced to play a game.
Yo, we're talking about the first game.
The rules were different, but it was called the Nonary game too. Oh, wait. I guess only 7 of them were really kidnapped. I mean, 2 of them were actually the ones behind it. No, I guess if I count the other 2, then there were 9.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, the people behind that Nonary game also called themselves Zero.
Sigma was just like, you've lost me already. What? Sorry? Whoa, hold on. They were Clover. Can you give me more details? Like, besides, how do you even know about this in the first place?
Because I was part of it. I was one of the people who got kidnapped.
Yeah, it said only a year ago. What? You mean this is your second nonary game?
No, it's my third.
Third?
The same thing happened 10 years ago.
Wait. What do you... Then that means you have to have something to do with this.
I guess you could say that.
What do you mean you guess? How could you not? Whoever keeps doing these nonary games must have decided they wanted you to play a third one.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because the game was run by a different person both times. And the guy behind the first nonary game has already been arrested.
Oh, okay. So they've arrested Hontaro. What about the second one? You said there were 2 people for that one.
They're still on the run, but...
Oh. Then it has to be them.
No, I really don't think so.
Why?
Because they already did what they were trying to do.
Yeah, it wouldn't really make sense for them to do it again. That's cool. I'm glad that we got a little info on them. So, June and Santa on the run.
There's no way they'd have another nonary game.
Okay, well, that makes no sense. So let me see if I have this straight. The nonary game has already been done twice by different people and for different reasons.
Yes, well, I can't be totally sure, but I think so.
Then why is whoever's doing this calling it the nonary game? Is it just a coincidence that they're calling themselves Zero?
I don't know.
That's not good enough. Like, you gotta think. Clover, you're the key to figuring all this out, but you gotta think.
But I don't know.
That's her thinking face, I guess.
Oh.
What?
The gas mask.
The gas mask? Oh yeah, I saw it too. But what about it?
Well, somebody in a gas mask showed up and used that white smoke stuff on me. That's what happened a year ago. And that's what happened on the 22nd. Someone with a gas mask attacked Alice and me while we were...
Whoa. Then it's gotta be the same person. No, don't interrupt. I wanna hear what you're saying.
But I don't know why they do that. I mean, they already did what they needed to do. And if it was them, then I don't know why all these other people are here. Except for me and Alice. None of you guys have anything to do with what happened a year ago, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know I didn't have anything to do with it. Are you sure you've never met any of the other people here?
Yeah, I'm sure. I know I've never met Luna, or Dio, or Tenmyoji, or Quark, or Phi. But Kay...
Right. There's no way to know who he is under that armor. And if his memory loss is real, he wouldn't know even if he had met any of us.
Unless we can get that mask off him, I can't say for sure if I've met him before or not.
I want him to take his mask off and it just to be no head underneath, because he's a robot. Okay, keep going. What happened with the first and second nonary games? Maybe they can tell us something? Before she could respond, Alice spoke up.
Sorry, but I think that's all you're going to get.
What?
We
Why?
don't have any proof that you're not Zero Senior. If you are, then she'd be telling our enemy all our secrets. I can't let that happen.
Are you an idiot? For one, I'm not Zero. Secondly, even if I was, I'd already know everything you're refusing to tell me. There's no reason for you to do this.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe there's something we know that Zero Senior doesn't.
And that would
Are
be...
you deaf? I said we're not telling you.
Aw.
Let's go, Clover. There's one more room we haven't visited.
Oh, okay. Coming.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Goodbye.
Oh, the only word that appropriately described how they felt the room would be... How they left the room would be stalked. I could have followed them, sure, but it was clear I wouldn't be getting any more information out of Alice or Clover. Damn it. kicked one of the lockers angrily, but it only rattled back at me. There wasn't anything more I could do. It was time to move to a different room. Where did I want to go? There's only one place left to go. To the infirmary. That was very interesting to hear. Nice bit of info there. Infirmary. I'm gonna find out about the infirmary.
Sigma, huh? What do you want?
What? I just came by to check up on you.
Oh, I thought maybe you were here to kill me.
What? Why would I do that?
Because I betrayed you in the last AB game. I'm the reason you and Fire down to 1 BP.
Yeah, but I mean that's hardly a reason to kill you.
Maybe.
It was clear that conversation wasn't going anywhere. I shut my mouth and looked around the room. So is it just you here?
On this side of the divider, yeah.
This side?
Quark's over there, having a look around. And there's... You really gonna make me say it?
Oh, the lady who was murdered, you mean? Yeah, you've been acting kind of weird ever since we found her. Why is
what,
that?
Isn't that normal? We found a dead body. Who the hell doesn't get a little freaked out?
Yeah, but you're like more freaked out. It's pretty weird that you're acting like a normal person when you find a dead body. The rest of us are being pretty chill about it, and we're cracking jokes. But you're acting like someone who's seen a dead body, and that's suspicious amongst us anime folk.
What ain't normal is all of you just running around like nothing happened. Hell, some of you probably don't even remember she's in here.
That's just because we've got a lot of other stuff to think about. Can you blame them for being a little single-minded? They're trying to escape from a game that's just made it clear that it has no problems killing them.
Oh, just trying to survive, huh?
Yeah.
Then don't you think we ought to figure out who killed her first?
What does that have to do with anything?
You don't think much, do you?
No, not really. I just think about naked people apparently as Sigma.
I'll bet you a pound of neodymium the bastard who grabbed us is the same bastard who killed her.
Child body of a large old face. The body of a 10-year-old and the face of a 70-year-old.
Who else could it be?
If Zero is one of us, then you're saying one of us murdered the old lady? You saw it too, right? The person in the gas mask? Did you notice anything?
Not really. The gas made pretty short work of me. Me and Quark.
What? You and Quark were grabbed together?
Yeah. Yeah, we were.
Is he your grandson?
So what if he is? Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious.
That doesn't have anything to do with what's going on here.
But what if it does? Maybe it'll shed some light on something else.
I'm pretty sure it won't.
Why is that?
Quark's got nothing to do with this.
So it's just got something to do with you then?
What is it, goddammit? What do you want?
Just answer me, you strange baby old man. How do you keep that body so young and that face so old?
Why don't you
but
just leave me alone?
Also kind of young at the same time. Hey Domo. Yeah. Staying safe. We have to stay inside now. Maybe that's why he's hanging around Quark, because he's absorbing his life essence so that he can keep his body young. It's like the vulture, but it only affects his body. Because you're suspicious.
What? There's nothing suspicious about me.
Alright, tell me this then. When and where did Zero Senior abduct you?
Forgive me if I don't feel like spilling my guts to a guy who probably hates him right now.
Alright then, fine. I'll just ask Quark. Quark!
Hey, stop it! Quark! Don't tell him a damn thing!
Whoa, you're getting more suspicious by the... I started toward the partition as I spoke with the intention of finding Quark. I found him as I rounded the divider, but... Oh, he's collapsed again. Quark!
What? Move!
With a yell, he shoved me away and ran to the boy's side.
Quark.
Quark!
What's wrong? Say something.
Temioji shook the boy's body. Is he breathing?
Yeah, he's breathing.
And he just passed out.
I don't know. Look, that doesn't matter. Just go find that girl, Luna. She said she was a doctor, didn't she? Quark needs a doctor.
No, she said she wasn't a doctor, and she said she wasn't a nurse. Right. Hang on. I'll be right back. He finished absorbing his life force. When we run off, when we run off to grab everyone, he's gonna finish him off. She's probably still in the lounge. I spun around and ran off. The whole process took a few minutes. The machine scanned Quark's body, and within seconds, his results lit up the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand scrolled across it, and as she read them, Luna's face grew dark. She bit her lip and just stood there for a moment, looking down at Quark before she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Come down to Patty's pub, you'll get the virus. I felt my stomach lurch. Don't tell me.
Yes. He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
Radical 6! Maybe he's body swapped with... I don't know, actually, that wouldn't make any sense. Come back, and Temioji is Quark, and Quark is Temioji. But then everyone had pushed their way into the infirmary and gathered around Quark's bed. Kay beckoned to Alice and Clover. Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean?
Yeah, they have. I told them about it before we went to the lounge.
What? No. No, that can't be right. Quark can't be... There must be something we can do. How can we cure him?
Well, the Atom says that there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it?
Was there none in the infirmary?
Sigma, Tenmyoji, and I looked everywhere.
No, Dio was saying how it was a hoax, and it might be a hoax. But now that he has Radical 6, I guess they'd be like, oh shit, I guess it wasn't a hoax.
We didn't find anything.
We didn't find anything like that in the crew quarters either.
No luck in the lounge.
Oh God. Then he's going to... Oh God, no.
Temioji's voice broke as he spoke. With a tortured sigh, he collapsed to his knees.
Quark?
Oh,
Quark.
here we go.
Oh, thank God. You're awake.
Oh, I can't skip this bit.
Get away from me!
What?
Can't skip this bit.
What are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this!
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight towards his heart. Stop!
No! Let go! Let go of me!
That's interesting. Well, let's skip this bit. Okay, let's be different. Huh, pretty tough for a kid. Huh, pretty tough for a kid. Hey, guys, I could use a hand here.
Yeah, right.
On it.
Me too. Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
Temioji. What the hell are you doing? How is it a pandemic if they know of a cure? They don't have enough of the cure? I think some could be a pandemic even if you have the cure. If you don't have enough of it. It's a past pandemic, yeah, true. Temioji! Can you even hear me?
Oh, right.
Damn you! Bastards! Why won't you let me go? I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please! You have to let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me!
Kill me!
Kill me!
Kill me! Hey, somebody get the scalpel away from him.
Right, I've got it.
Good job, Clover. Oh no, Clover's gonna get infected. Quark barely seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. He continued to scream and writhe like he was possessed. What are we gonna do? We've got to calm him down somehow.
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers?
No. Well, I mean,
What?
there's Soparil bait. That's the anesthetic, the one that's in our bracelets.
Good, perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him,
But
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just...
Kid's pretty radical. Trying to cut.
Okay,
Trying
I've
to,
got it.
trying to cut the soul out of the body. It's pretty radical.
Good. Wait until he's... Now!
Do right.
No! Stop! Stop!
Stop! Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, Quark.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
All right, I guess we're good for now.
Yes,
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
he shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that...
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article Sigma showed me.
You'd better not
Right
be
in the
lying.
kneecap. You always inject people in the kneecap. It's the best place. It's where all the most important veins are. I guess.
Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses that do the same thing. I was just making a guess. So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too? Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Luna hasn't said anything. I mean, Alice hasn't said anything for a while. She could still be the one that gets infected.
At least, I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6? Pulled a newspaper article out of my pocket and looked at it again. Everyone else crowded in.
Look at this last line. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
Are you saying this is some kind of quarantine zone?
I already explained this. That's not possible.
Why not?
Dia ran through what he told the rest of us in the lounge.
Then, you're saying the newspaper article was fake?
But the virus is clearly real. That Adam machine told us he was infected with Radical 6.
Radical?
So, do you know how that thing works? I bet there's 1,000 ways to hack.
Okay, he's deep in the conspiracy theorist hole now, Dio.
Zero Senior probably just programmed it so that it would spit out whatever he wanted.
Oh my god. There is no disease. It's all a government plot to wipe us out.
Besides, there was something Sigma mentioned. Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no.
No.
But
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
Oh shit, she is talking.
What?
What did you say?
What? Whoa. Alice, what the hell? Explain.
As much as I would love to. I'm sorry. Time's up. Hit the
Time?
buttons on your bracelet.
Shit. 5 minutes.
then we only have 5 minutes until the chromatic doors open downstairs.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but I'd really need more than 5 minutes to explain this.
As if you'd tell us even if there was time, right?
Or would I? Who knows?
Fine, we'll deal with this later. Right now, we need to get to the elevator and head down to floor B.
What are we going to do about Quark?
I'll carry him.
Are you sure?
I can't just leave the boy here. Besides, if we don't have Quark's bracelet, there'll be one team who can't open their secondary door. If that happens...
They'll get penalized.
Exactly.
Penisalized.
Very well then. I will carry Quark.
Actually, alright, hang on a minute. When is it that... Is it here that Alice gets... Where is it that Alice gets infected? Is it here? And then we have to go around chasing her everywhere? Or is it here? No. Lounge, where did Alice go? Oh no, it's here she gets infected. So did Quark got infected sooner this time?
I will be able to move much faster than Tenmyoji.
You make a good point. Look, are you sure about this? Can I trust you?
You have nothing to worry about.
Fine, just...
Yeah, I think, because I swear we'd done both the escape rooms before the infection happened in the other route.
Of course.
So he's got
All
infected
right, let's
soon.
go.
He's been infected sooner this time.
We're running out of time, people. Move!
At Fai's command, we all began to run. The door opened and we spilled out into the warehouse. Because I don't remember. Yeah, because I don't remember getting to this point before and having someone passed out. So that's interesting.
Chromatic doors have open. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
They're open. We need to hurry. Who's going to go in which door?
I thought synesthesia was something else. I don't think that was tasting words. I thought that was something else.
We're almost out of time. Pay attention. We've only got time to do this once.
It links multiple senses together. Yeah, I thought it was like, yeah, I always thought it was to do with something with sound and shit like that. But I mean, I don't know anything about it. I've never read much about it. I've only what I know about it is what I know in passing. So yeah, I don't know that much about synesthesia.
Just like before, there are only 3 possible combinations.
The options Fi laid out for us were the following. Option A, Clover and I pair up with Tenmyoji. Lunar and Fi pair up with Dio. Kay and Alice pair up with Quark. Option B, Clover and I pair up with Dio. Lunar and Fi pair up with Quark. They're gonna carry Quark around. Kay and Alice team up with Tenmyoji. Option C, Clover and I pair up with Quark. Lunar and Fi pair up with Tenmyoji. And Kay and Alice go with Dio.
3 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Kay, Alice, and Dio sounds like a hell of a combination. So how do we want to pair up?
I think the people who have the greatest disadvantage should get to choose.
She always suggests, she only ever suggests this if she has low points. If she doesn't have low points, she gets She's like, what? That's not a fair idea.
The people who have 1 BP.
So you, Phi, Luna, and Sigma?
Yes, exactly.
All right, then. Who do you want to go with, Alice?
Anyone but Dio. I'd rather die than get paired up with that prick. Just anyone but him.
Damn. That's a lot of hate.
What did you expect? You betrayed me.
Hey, I told you already. That was Quark.
I don't believe you.
What? You're telling me you trust him more than me? Anybody other than Dio could mean Quark, you know. You willing to pair up with him?
He's asleep. I don't
True.
really think I need to worry about him voting.
I glanced over at Quark. He looked like tiny, cradled in Kay's arms, fast asleep. If I didn't know better, I'd think he was just a kid who tired himself out from playing too hard.
All right, bye. Who do you want to go with?
Anyone other than Tenmyoji is fine.
Hey, they did give you a jacket then, did they? Oh, fair enough. Okay.
My reasoning is the same as Alice's. He betrayed me last time.
I guess that's fair.
If we want to honor Alice and Phi's requests, then we can go with any option besides C. So, A or B?
Oh, hold on. We've got 2 other people with 1 BP. How about you, Luna?
I don't really have a preference. Clover and Kay did betray me last time, but
They're both pairs now. Do anyone try to stop you when you're out and about?
No, there's a convoy of 3 police guys over past where I shot.
Are there many people out and about?
It's quite easy to talk.
Yeah? So people actually are staying in.
Too quiet.
It's weird. Fair dues. People taking it seriously. People actually taking the staying at home thing seriously here now. After being told they have to or they get fined. Because my dad does deliveries and stuff, so he has to go out and stuff. He used to say it's like a ghost town. There's no one around. Apart from the occasional police car that goes past. And since you're a pair too, there's no way you'd end up with going through the same door as them.
yeah.
All right, then, Sigma. What about you?
Let's see. Clover and I were a pair. That means I had to choose one of the 3 solos. Blue door with Tenmyoji, red door with Dio, green door with Quark. Go for the green door with Quark, that'd be interesting. Blue door with Tenmyoji, red door with Dio, green door with Quark. Let's go for the red door with... Let's go with Dio. I'll take Dio. That means the red door for us.
Whoa. Betting on the dark horse, huh? Feels kind of weird to say that about myself. Anyway, might as well be polite. Thank you.
You okay with that, Clover?
Well, I don't really trust him, but
I trust him. We got a brain bro connection.
if Alice really wants to go with option B,
How high is the fine? Anywhere between £30 and £1,000, apparently, Zarok. They can just, I guess they just make it up on the spot, depending on what exactly you're doing. Gotta pay 3K? Jesus. I imagine the fine would depend on like what exactly you're doing. Like if you're in like some big, if you're running a party, then they'd probably fine you the full amount. But if it's like, I don't know, there's like, because you're not supposed to be in groups of more than 2 in the UK now. Like Germany did it, we've done it as well. So there was a TV fee for owning televisions per year? In the UK, it's called a TV license. It's what pays the BBC because they don't run advertisements on the BBC, so the TV license pays for the BBC. They didn't putting a number on how big the fine is here in the Netherlands. Isn't Trump thinking about wanting to end the quarantine because he really, really doesn't want the economy to fail? Because that's kind of like what he has going for him, isn't it? He's like really, his whole thing is the quarantine. His whole thing, sorry, is like the economy basically. It's crazy that. Absolutely crazy. It's like, dude, it'll be way worse if you let loads of people die. It's gonna be fucking bonkers, man. We do get ads here. The only channels you don't get ads on are BBC channels. The BBC can't run ads because they get paid by TV licenses, which everyone pays for. All the other channels run ads because they don't get paid by the TV license. It's just the BBC that the TV license funds. The stuff I heard about, like, those politicians dumping all their stocks when they were told about how bad this could become before announcing it to other people, sounds so fucking, like, cartoonishly villainous. It's ridiculous. Like, I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, they're the government. They'll get away with it. It's fine. But yeah, like, the thing was that those people had dumped their stocks when they were briefed about it before it was like a wide known thing, so they got it ahead. It's crazy that. Evil as shit. Technically, you're not really supposed to watch live TV at all if you don't have a TV license. In the UK. But I mean, a lot of people don't pay it, and it's some people get found out for it, some people don't. Some people don't pay it. Most people probably do. A lot of people don't. If they don't, you just hope you don't ever get caught. Some people never get caught. It's totally random. Just kind of rolling the dice, basically. Yeah, you get fined like quite a decent amount if you get caught. Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's not something I think about too much, you know. Something if it's something you've always had, it's something you kind of get used to, really. Oh, pardon me. Faz really wants to go with option B.
Yes, this works fine.
I have this feeling that it's going to end up like Europe's going to somehow manage to get this COVID under control of the steps we're slowly taking now. And it seems like the US is not doing it the same way everyone else is. And then it's going to end up with like Europe and China sort of, and the Asian countries kind of managing to sort it out. And then America's going to become this like hotbed for it. And everyone's going to be like, well, can't go to America now because now that one's like spreading everywhere. It's like moves, because at the moment Europe's like the worst for it right now. But we're actually like making an effort. Finally. Slow, but you know, making an effort. I don't know how bad it is in America yet. They haven't really said too much about that. We usually get a lot of news about America here, but everyone's very focused on their own countries at the moment. I haven't really heard about how bad it is in America. Yeah, I got a text from the government saying to stay home as well. I was like, whoa, the government know my number. When did I give the government number, bruh? They got it anyway. Like, yo, bro, well, how come the government never gives me a call, man? I gave you my number and you never call? We never get to hang out? Boris Senpai texted me. Hey, yo, hi Melody, stay home, K baby. Boris. You didn't get a text, I mean you're allowed to go out. Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't get a text, you can just wander and you're like, oh, I didn't get a text though, bro. I really wish people would stop panic buying though. It's really pissing me off. Like, I haven't been able to find fucking pasta and eggs for like a fucking week yet now. Or milk and bread. Yeah, Boris Johnson texting people individually. He's like, great, give me all the numbers of everyone in the UK. I'll start now. I love just this fucking giant list of numbers, and he's just like text them individual messages. Okay, baby. It's like, man, there must be a better way to do this. I guess not. All right, next number. Oh shit, I actually really like that idea. Man, this seems like there would be an easy way to do this.
Kay, Tenmyoji, and I will take the green door. It's not great, but it's better than Dio. I'm good.
Well, I'm willing to do option B. Quark should be fine if he's with Luna.
Okay, I'll take good care of him. I promise.
What about Phi K?
No problems here. I'll take Quark and Luna and we'll do the blue door.
I also approve of option B. I will take the green door, correct?
Yeah, good. Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
10 seconds remain until
Chromatic
doors close.
Come on, guys, hurry. The door's already closing.
Coming.
I know. Meow.
With seconds to spare, we leapt across the threshold.
2, 1, 0.
Yeah, Boris is like, can we send a mass text via the phone operators? No, you have to do it this way. You have to individually send out text.
Chromatic doors closing.
Oh, shit. I fucking love that idea. What is this? There's 3 different doors.
Which one do we take?
Dunno, but it looks like they're all locked anyway.
So this is a dead end? Great.
No, hold on. What's this thing?
Well, it's got a lever on it.
Don't get too attached. It's probably a lever.
Jesus. Oh God, Jesus! They should just don't make jokes. Jesus, get out, get out now. I'm sticking you in a room with Quark. Are you serious?
Yeah, pretty good, huh? Am I great or what? Huh? Huh?
Hey, Sigma, is this chick simple or something?
Yo, bro, what the fuck's up with this? What the fuck's up with this chick, bro? She's like, fucking, like, what the hell? I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind of a gentleman has a secret conversation in front of a lady?
You're not a lady. You're a caveman. You've got the caveman clothes on.
I guess it can't be helped, though. You boys just secrete secrets.
Ew. Ew. Secrets leaking out of my pores.
Oh man, I'm good.
Sigma, please, let me give her a smack.
Whoa, dear, don't smack her. Jesus. All right. I was doing it for the first bit. Was the first bit, all right? I don't know you smacking her around. I don't know what you get up to as a circus ringleader. I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes it worse?
Well, I think that's enough genius comedy for now. How about we throw that lever?
I thought we said we should stay away from it.
Well, you don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you pull it, do you? Besides, it's not like we can go back.
Fine. I'll do it. Ready? Here we go!
Theo pulled it. Huh. The center of one opened.
Looks like the others are still locked, though.
What is she doing with her finger? He's like smelling her finger.
Through the center one, then. Forward!
Without waiting for a response, Clover marched through the door. Theo and I shared a glance, shook our heads, and followed. I definitely shouted earlier. Yep, smells like a shard. Oh my god, I'm gonna shout. $1 million. What is this place?
Well, it said laboratory on the door, didn't it? I figure that...
Whoops. I figure what? I figure that means they're dissecting frogs or building mind rays. Mind rays? A lab, huh?
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here? If they do...
Good idea. We might be able to find some of that Accelavir.
If we do, we can cure Quark.
You really think it'll be that easy?
Mind rays. Like mind bullets. That's telekinesis, Kyle. I've got the power to move you. History of Wonder Boy. Sorry, I love that song.
Just saying. This place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
Well, we won't know until we look. So let's get started. Let's read the secret file we got last time. Well, we know about Soparil. First drug injected with participant brand Reynolds. This drug also appeared in Virtue's Last Rewards Sister Title 999. Created by Mr. H, who was the president of Cradle Pharmaceuticals and appeared in 999. Developed it by extracting and purifying an alkaloid from a variety of mandrake. High usage can lead to some side effects, including severe memory loss. It can also be aerosolized and used as an anesthetic or knockout gas. One of the drugs used by nonary bracelets, an extremely powerful muscle relaxant. This is the second drug injected by the bracelets if a rule is broken. Turbocurane is injected 9 minutes after the Soparil. They love the 9. It causes the respiratory muscles to cease functioning and the body perishes from lack of oxygen. tubcurin is a component in some of the poisons used by the indigenous populations in South America, who tip their arrows of poison when hunting. It can be counteracted with a cholinesterase inhibitor. Dude, these fucking words. But it is not clear if the Nona Regain facility has any of the antidote available. ADAM, acronym for the Automatic Diagnosis and Analysis Machine. What? It wasn't absolutely definitely always medical. This device uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose anyone put into it. It's similar to the MRI machines you might find in a modern-day hospital, only much smaller and more efficient. An advanced computer built into the device can automatically diagnose most issues and ailments. If the subject of a diagnosis is already deceased, the ADAM can perform a virtual autopsy to determine the cause of death. Yeah, okay, we've had that one. When an epidemic spreads beyond a certain area, it becomes a pandemic. Some historical this is too relevant. Some historical pandemics include cholera, typhoid fever, tuberculosis, and the Black Plague and smallpox. Certain influenza outbreaks have also reached pandemic or near pandemic levels of infection. In Spain, in 1918, an influenza outbreak was said to have caused 40 to 50 million deaths. Radical 6, a powerful virus whose worldwide spread is an integral part of this story. If you want to know what Radical and 6 mean, you'll just have to play the game and find out. Powerful syringe uses to easily swap vials. What was the other one then? The other one we had was this one. The other one we had was, yeah, this one. We actually have read, like, Luna's necklace we've read. We found out about that one. Necklace Luna's never seen without has a cage containing the bluebird hanging from it. If you twist the key on the bottom, it plays music. Someone special gave it to her as a gift, and she says it reminds her of the following lesson. Search for happiness wherever you can, because the search itself is what will make you happy. And the other one was, I think the 3 Laws of Robotics was the other one we read. Free Laws played a large role in his robotics series from Conjure through Inaction. Yeah. Later on, Asimov also developed another preceding rule, known as the Zero Flaw, which first appeared in his story Robots and Empire. The Zero Flaw of robotics. Always be horny. Seed. It's black. There's nothing going on here. Is this a microscope? I tried looking into the eyepiece, but it's pitch black in there. Well, there's these 3 holes on top of it. Maybe we need to stick something in them. A machine that looks like a microscope of some sort. There are 4 holes on the top. I wonder if we're supposed to put something in the holes. Stick it in the holes. There's something on this tray. An empty capsule. An empty capsule. And seeds. A binder. There's some paper inside. Let me see that. It says steps for dissecting a frog. Remove the specimen from its preserving ethanol. Dispose of the ethanol by pouring it down the drain in the fume cupboard. The ethanol will be filtered and gathered in a liquid waste tank beneath the cupboard. Begin dissection using provided scalpel. Be sure to conduct your dissection inside the fume cupboard. A binder. Looks like there's 2 pieces of paper in here. Yeah, let's see here. Hydroponics Research 1 and 2. Okay. Preparation of hydroponic fluid and seeds. Preparation 1: prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Preparation 2: prepare the 5 types of plant seeds, 2 long seeds and 3 round seeds. Research has shown that there is a distinct and repeatable relationship between the fluid used and the type of seed. These relationships can be characterized in the following manner. The long seeds failed to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Round seeds in fluid B, yellow, and fluid D, cyan, failed to germinate. None of the marked seeds germinate if put in fluid C, green. Non-marked seeds fail to germinate in fluid A, red, or fluid B, yellow. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D, cyan, and fluid E, blue, only one of them failed to germinate. Fucking hell, okay. I'm sure that'll come in handy when I can remember that. What's this then? What's this thing? Who knows? Some numbers down there. Scalpel. Yo, it's that lion eating the sun again. Pretty fancy tray. Is that a cat playing with a ball of yarn? Are you even looking at it? It's a lion. How are you not kidding that? What? Sorry. It's a sort of tick I picked up when I was a kid. It's a lion. Come on. Whenever I talk about cats, I kind of, well, you heard. That's pretty weird. A lot of lions eating suns around here. I'm sure it's going to become important at some point. Seeds. Got different symbols on them as well. Saline solution. Sip. This is saline solution. What the hell, Clover? What if that would be poison or something? You worry too much. I just pretended to drink it. Then how do you know it's saline solution? It says on the underside of the lid, silly. I don't see nothing down there. Sip. Frog. Roots. Okay, a lot of things here. These look like something you might put specimens in. Maybe, but there's nothing in them right now. Some beakers. Looks like they're empty. Probably won't need them then. Okay. More seeds. Another file. A binder. There's some paper inside it. It says DNA extraction instructions. God, we're getting a lot of things right now. DNA extraction instructions. Proceed through the following steps to extract DNA from a plant's root and seed. Place plant material in designated blender and activate blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline water. The liquid will be filtered and dripped down into a beaker. Once it is done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. Okay. What's this thing? Thing on the top looks like some sort of industrial strength lid. If you'll open it up, it looks like a blender. I don't think you'd use it for cooking, though. Maybe it's for scientific experimentation. We are in a lab. Yeah, you could probably pulverize just about anything with something this heavy duty. Okay, see what else we have around here before we start sticking stuff in stuff. Right. There's a large lever embedded in the wall. There's a rectangle hole in the wall. Aha. Seed. This must be some kind of waste tank. It looks like a fire tank. Are you for real? Are you for real, bro? Alright, so I think if we empty out the frog stuff here. Huh? Why'd they put a speaker here? That's a drain. What is wrong with you? Oh, I see. You got the frog there. Plan to take it out, I assume. You should probably pour the ethanol down the drain first. Okay, I'll just pour the froggy ethanol into the drain. I did say something about that. And set the frog over here. Sigma, what are you gonna do with the scalpel? You gonna cut Lord Hoppington open? Well, I don't really have a choice, do I? But poor Lord Hoppington. What are you freaking out about? Lord Hoppington is dead. That's not the point. It's still sad. Yeah, it is kind of sad. Oh, for the love... This frog is dead. It's an ex-frog. Oh my god. About to go into like a fucking Monty Python bit. This frog is deceased. Pining for the froggy fjords. Pining for the swamps. Hey, well, I guess that saved me the trouble. Huh? Something came out of his stomach. A blue capsule? Oh, lovely. Lord Hoppington. Why? You left us soon. You left us too soon. Shut up. Lord Hoppington. Okay, so we did that one. DNA extraction. Okay, let's do that one. So, place plant material in designated blender and activate blender. Okay. Let's see. What's this? A dead spider? Maybe it's a fake beard. Maybe it's a fake beard. Have you ever seen a person with a beard like this? Yeah, my grandpa had one. Looks like a root. It's probably some kind of preserved specimen. Okay, time to throw this root in the mixer. Alright, done. What was next? Once pure has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline water. Okay. Well, the saline water is here. Alright, I'll just pour the saline solution in here. And there's a funnel above the beaker. Filtered liquid comes out of it, eventually. Okay, looking good. Alright. Liquid will be filtered and dripped down the beaker. Once it's done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. What was it? Can I get tanks? Phenol I poured down the drain should be in here. It's a little big, but I have a feeling we should take it. Ah, there we go. Alright, now you pour the ethanol into the beaker. Frog and tonic. Then... I guess this should do it. And we use an empty capsule to... It's like a bowl. There isn't anything in it. Do you think we're supposed to stick the metal part into something? Alright, I'm gonna drip the protrusion into the capsule and the stuff in the beaker. Awesome, you got it all. Sweet, we got a green capsule. Okay, so the other one. Pair the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. Do we have all the seeds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. Research has shown that there is a distinct and repeatable relationship between the fluid used and the type of seed. These relationships can be characterized in the following manner. Right, okay. Very interesting, okay. Man, look at these pipes. I think they run down the beaker to the beakers underneath. There are handles where the pipes meet. If you turn the handle right, the liquid goes right. If you turn it left, the liquid goes left. After maybe you put it in the middle, half goes to the left and half goes to the right. What is this liquid then? Probably water. What do the numbers mean? Are they supposed to indicate the amount of water that flows out of each pipe? There aren't any units, but it looks like 80 somethings of water comes down the center pipe. And then each pipe after that split gets 40. So it's supposed to regulate the flow of water with a handle so that each beaker gets the correct amount. Yeah. How do we get the water to come out in the first place, though? I think you probably just pull that lever over there on the right. Like this. After turning the correct levers, pull down on the levers on the right to pour water into the beakers. Okay, let's give it a shot. Right, okay, so filling it. Right, so 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Right, okay. One part fluid? One part fluid. $40. 80. Two. 20. 10. Blue. I guess if they're blue, that's good. Fuck it, we'll just keep going till we get it right. Cool. Don't really know what I did there, I'll be honest with you. Didn't really understand how I was supposed to work out which part was what. We poured the water into the beakers and all the lights are green. You did it! Okay, so... yeah, that was interesting. Each seed requires a particular kind of culture. Place each seed in the appropriate beaker. Ask the expert to grab a seed, then place it on top of another seed to switch them. I did do one of these before, but the 2-part, the 1-part, 10-part thing kind of confused me what numbers I was going for. Each using the correct culture will have completed this puzzle. I'm not sure what's going on, but here goes. Okay. The long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. round seeds in fluid B and fluid D failed to germinate. So the round seeds can't go in B, can't be going in yellow or cyan. Okay. None of the marked seeds germinate if put in green. So only this one and this one will germinate in green. Oxyfel germinate in 3 of the fluids. The round seeds in fluid in yellow and cyan fail to germinate. So this one can't go in yellow or cyan, but it could go in green, possibly. Non-marked seeds fail to germinate in red or yellow. When the striped seeds are put into fluid, into cyan and blue, only one of them failed to germinate. Okay. So, Oxyfel germinate in 3 of them. The round seeds in fluid B. The round seeds can't go in yellow or cyan. So we have to write this down. All right, so the round seed can't go in yellow or cyan. So the round seeds, just based off of that entirely, the round seeds have to go in. Round seeds has to go in blue, green, and what was the other color? And red. So then we look further down. So like we're just going off of these as we go down. So yeah, based on that, then the round seeds can't go in those. Sorry, no, round seeds can go in those. Round seeds have to go in one of those. None of the marked seeds germinate if put in that. Non-marked seeds won't germinate in red or things. So it can't be red because it won't germinate in the red one. So the circle and none of the marked seeds germinate if put in the green. Okay, so the marked circle one has to go in blue because it won't go in green, which means that the non-marked circle one has to go in green. Oh, there's 2. Oh shit, there's 2 circle ones. Oh fuck, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Oh, so there's 2 marked circle ones. And the striped seeds were put into cyan or blue. One of them failed to germinate. So that's the count as a stripe. So striped seeds can't. So those are the 2 striped seeds. So striped. Only one of them failed. So either blue or cyan is bad for stripe. I just have to work through this, and eventually I'll get there. I just have to be like, okay, I have to separate them in my brain properly. Yeah, I like these kind of puzzles. There's no maths. Yeah, so I know I'm like pretty certain that that circle one has to go in the green. The long seed failed to germinate in 3 of them. So I would guess that counts as a long seed. And we know that the striped seeds... It's terrible handwriting, I know, but... Long... So long... in 3 of them. And then the mark seeds will germinate if put in green. Yeah, that's how we'll separate them from now on. So this long stripe seed can't go in green. So we'll put yellow, red, blue. So I'm just marking off all the ones they could be in based off ones the comments. So say cyan. Yeah, okay. So maybe I need to rewrite this actually. I'm trying to lay it out in a way my brain finds easiest, but I'm not doing a very good job of it. If I just like write, yeah, I'm just gonna write each one down and get rid of each one. I know that one has to be green though. If that one has to be green, then oh shit, no. And we know that one has to be green, which means that can't be green and that can't be green. Terrible, terrible tiny handwriting. Right, so long seeds failed to germinate. Round seeds of food. None of the marked seeds germinate if put into green. So yeah, those can't be green. So the green's out of all of them. Non-marked seeds fail to germinate in red or yellow. So non-marked don't germinate in red or yellow. So that's out. Round seeds in fluid, in round seeds in yellow or cyan fail to germinate. So cyan and yellow are out on those two. So those are either blue or red. So non-marked seeds fail to germinate in... Is that an R I've written there? I have no idea. I think that's a C I've written. God, these tiny handwritings. Long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of them. Non-marked seeds failed. So how do I distinguish between blue and red? So let's say that Cyan is the one that... Let's say that Cyan is the one that they don't germinate in. Because then, let's say one of them's blue and one of them's red. Which means that has to be Cyan. Which means that has to be yellow. Okay, that's. I think I did it. I think I've done it in a really weird way, but. I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference between. Double check on that one. Yeah, I think I've got this right. And the striped seeds were put in the fluid D sign and fluid E, and one of them failed to. Yeah, okay. The only things I could have gotten wrong is which is is these two circles, I think. The rest of them I'm pretty certain on. Nice, let's go, boys. I enjoyed that. Like, I just had to write it down in a way where my brain was like, okay, I gotta mark them all down. I've got to mark down what they all could be, and then slowly remove what they're not. As opposed to working out, like, as opposed to doing it differently. You did it, Sigma. You've sown your seeds. Don't say that. Huh? Why not? Just don't. Quiet, you two. Look at this. Oh, a red capsule. You've sown your seeds. There's a red capsule sitting in the hole. Doesn't it look like the size and shape are just right? Sigma, come here. What's wrong? I can see something in here. What do you mean something? Oh, just look. It's easier than explaining. Oh my god. What the heck is this? Probably a simplified version of a DNA sequence. A is adenine, G is guanine, and C is cytosine, T is thymine. I think we can manipulate it. Yeah. Looks like the puzzle has to do with the pairing these. Bases? Yeah. DNA is made out of 4 bases. Adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. However, you can only bind A and T or G and C. Anything else just won't work. These are called complementary base pairings. Sure know a lot about this stuff. I guess so. Anyway, you should be able to solve this puzzle now. Give it a shot. Reposition each row so that each A is connected to a T and each G is connected to a C. Press the X button to grab a row and then move it up. A is next to a T and G is next to a C. Ah. Ah, there we go. I was matching the wrong ones. Whoops, my bad. I was matching the that and that, not that and that. Ah, I see. This one moves on its own, so that could be the last one we want to set up then. If we get all the others in, we should be okay. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Ha! Did it. Good job, Sigma. That was awesome. You want a treat? I'm not hungry. You're turkey. What in the heck? Stop screwing off. We don't have time for that. Now get over here and look at this. Oh, huh? There's something on it. Sun, sun, and moon. This is the safe password. Perfect, just what we need. Yeah, now we can get in the safe. Okay, so there's still another thing we can do. Train, if we got any more. What the heck does that connect to? Because I don't need to mess with these anymore. Meep meep. It's weird, like I would think you'd be able to connect to that one. What if we use it on anything else? Well, we will have to if I guess. That's so vague. Why is every relationship always about the guy ones, huh? I got needs too, you know. I mean, I'm the kind of girl who's totally devoted to a man, but that's a two-way street. What the hell are you talking about? What is she talking about? You gonna use those seeds in the mixer? Yeah, you think I shouldn't? No, I just mean, don't you think you should put all of them in? You mean all 5 different types of seeds? Yeah, interesting. Why not? Okay, let's try this. All right, done. All right, I'll just pull the saline solution in. Funnel above the beaker. Filter liquid comes out eventually. All right, looks good. Okay, I guess we'll just pull that in. Yeah. Just a thing that didn't tell us we could do, but we do. And then wait for that to get the DNA out. Guess this should do it. And then we extract it with a little dipper. Awesome, you got it all. All right, yellow capsule. Got sweet. Okay, stick this baby in. Look, the screen changed. What's going on? You put in the yellow capsule, right? I think it reacted to it. Why? Dunno. But I was just thinking. Thinking what? Well, that thing we put in had plant DNA in it, right? Maybe that caused this. Anyway, let's go have a look. All right, star, star, sun. Just like the one in the AB room I saw in the infirmary too. If we punch in the right password, it'll open. I forgot what it was. Star, star, sun, I think it was. Star, star, sun. Yes, it opened. You did it. And this one was sun, sun, moon. Hey, that wasn't too bad. Oh, Alexavia. Axelavia. Alexavia. No, stop. Forgot that I would set it off then. Awesome, the suspense was killing me. Okay, what do we got here? First is a map. It says floor B. The one I found in the infirmary said floor A. So did the one from the lounge. Then that would make floor A the top floor, right? I mean, we rode the elevator down to get here. Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's keep going. There's a lot of stuff in here. These are the key cards. Each one of them got a picture of a moon on it. The cure child, yeah. Then have to be cards and it's about. Looks like they give us 2, just like the sun cards. I'm solo, so I'll hang on to 1. Cool, sure, fine. Next up, we've got a notebook. Anything interesting? Can't read any of this. Are these even letters? What the heck is this? Isn't this a journal? It's got dates and stuff. Maybe, but I can't read any of it. What language is it? Who knows? Maybe it's Brazilian? They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway, what else have we got here? Looks like 2 more things. Is that the medicine? What's it say on the label? Axelavir. Axelavir? Axlever? Wait, Axlever? Wait, didn't Luna say something about Axelavir? You're right. This is it. This is Axelavir. It's a cure for Radical 6. Whoa, hold on. Let me see that. Later. Later. We need to get out of here as quick as possible. Yeah, we need to get this stuff to Quark. First, we got to get out of this room. Yeah, but that's easy. You got it, right? Key found in safe. Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. All right, sweet. Axe lever? Axe lever via? Lock the door. Right, now it says lock. You guys ready? Yeah, let's do it. Just get it over with. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and unlock. I just love how he counts down every time. It's like, all right, everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. Gotta do a nice big countdown. Everybody, yeah, everybody good? Okay.
Hey, hold on a minute. There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
Nope. Yeah.
I was just wondering what it was.
Well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG Replicator?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine?
Yeah. Probably copies IG. Whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Of course! This machine must be here so we can make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that? In other words, an IG.
Oh, good one.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes. There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who
Idiot
needs our
girl
help.
replicator? An Instagram replicator. Here's influencer Graham. He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we
Dio
don't know
is
what
the
IG means,
Dio's the
we can't
word
do
of
anything
reason.
with this machine, right?
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right? The vial. Could you show it to me again?
Why?
I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Excelavir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket. I see it's written right here on the label. Excelavir.
You really are an idiot.
Yeah, it could be somebody. Could just stuck a label on there.
Although I guess in this case, the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't. The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Wait, hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Deo slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Oh, what is he doing?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so.
My brain buddy, no.
I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize until they started to hurt that I'd curled my hands into fists. If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Damn it.
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be.
Dio, you've betrayed me.
So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
Fine. I promise.
Sigma!
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually.
Everyone's much more of a dick, yeah. This is the dick route, this is.
I'm glad you understand how this works, but don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and, well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room.
Are you really going to do what he says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now. If we choose ally and he chooses betray...
I know. I'll drop to -1 and that means I'll get penisalized.
But that means...
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will cockle.
So you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
That's really hot. I'm into it. Let's go. In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. I thought it was a friend, but it was me, Dio. Wait. Probably, Doug. We might not. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we're not a robot in this route. If it can change that much. We probably still are a robot though, or some part of us.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio? One of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Ugh. I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. As was Phi. And of course Clover. Where are Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
Do we find the pantry in this timeline? I don't know if one of the others did, actually. No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
A laboratory?
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelivir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir. I hear one word about it.
Yeah. We had this a second ago. My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
Nice. So how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Fee only shook her head. Phi even. With a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps Perhaps there's some Excelivir hidden somewhere in there.
Are you fucking dick? Shut up. Ugh. What a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Downtown, baby. Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Okay then. Guess we should go going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first. Dio told me about it. He wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language.
Some sort of bullshit language.
He said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah. One sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Hey, Latin. Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
So in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly.
What the faces she pulled.
This looks like some kind of research log.
Dead language, bro.
It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it. Mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
What's it say?
Don't rush me.
Whoa, okay.
This is gonna take a minute.
Okay. No rush. No rush, bro.
Interesting. All right, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
Radical 6? Radical sex? What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a 1-1 basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to a 1... something. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.48 seconds have passed inside. What? Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds pass in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as if only 4 seconds had passed. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Bruh. Radical is another term for what is also known as the root operation, the function inverse to the taking of power. Okay. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that's extreme or severe. Yo, it's extreme, brah! It's radical. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually developed a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a video cassette being fast-forwarded. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact, 24 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. That does sound pretty fucking horrible to deal with. On one theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. Huh. It is my favorite hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Fun, yeah. Every day I see more crows and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. This is very grim. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. It's Death Stranding, yeah. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, the brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Axelavir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing ever even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
Trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters? Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe?
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
And maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
Oh, Boris finally texted you, Bacon? Yo, what'd he say? Is he like, yo, what up, Bake? Sorry for the late text. Best stay in, bruh. I'm sorry it's so late getting back to you, bro. I meant to message you earlier, but I was totally snowed under messaging everyone in the whole country. He's still ghosting you? Shit, man, that sucks. Hey, it sucks when you're getting ghosted by Bojo. BJ, I was gonna call him then. And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? I mean, how would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See? See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Fired barely finished speaking before she took off the magenta door. Hey, wouldn't you come into the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You could tell me about Quark later.
And with that, she was gone. Man, I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Go ahead.
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and the thing Fi and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment, the AB game was what I needed to what I needed to concentrate on. Lives are at stake, mine and Quark's. But don't. The journal was telling the truth. Then, as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. Jesus. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Excelivir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell asleep silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even been considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes.
Yes, you did.
If no vote is recorded before...
Yeah, we have that.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally.
Can someone give me an exclamation up time for a second, by the way?
I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
3 hours and 9. Ah, shit. It did cut the streams in half. Fuck.
Nothing, I suppose.
Oh, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to stitch together.
Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has 1 BP left. If I pick Betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Temioji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. I think the worry is that they'll accidentally break the bulge in the struggle, basically. I could see that happening. If he fought back and shit. Take care of Quark.
You worry about yourself.
Okay.
Luna and I had headed out to the infirmary, leaving Temioji and Quark behind. When we get to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
A bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Accelavir from him by force. So he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. Well, there you go, and now he's hidden away. But I've made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but... part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
Ha ha ha. You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Look at that little smiley face.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly toward the AB room, as if he simply hadn't heard Fi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain
until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right, and were soon out of sight inside it. All right, Clover, time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. This is very Monka, very, very Monka. Monka ass.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. Stop smiling, you freak. Gotta choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to Ally doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you? You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chooses Ally and we choose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Accelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backwards with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
I think Clover's voice actress is the same person who voiced, like, Rose or something, whatever her name was, in the freaking Dot Hack games. Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die. Dio's going to kill you. You can't do this. I don't want you to die.
Dun,
10 seconds remain until
We're gonna be a great person. Pick Ally and see if we die. Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave him my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
We do it. We're gonna do it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what. We're pretty sure Dio will pick Betray.
Round 2 of the Ambidex
But we could be
game
surprised.
has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Wonder if you pick Betray here, if Dio picks Ally, and then Clover screws you over. That'd be hilarious. Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Clover's VA voice, Black Rose from Hack. Yo, let's go, boys. I have the ears of a demon. I can pick out VAs everywhere. It's funny because I haven't heard .hack in a long time. Oh, we're dead. We're so dead. So who betrayed who? Kay and Alice picked Betray. Oh my god. Alice wouldn't want to pick Betray anyway. I think that was probably Kay. Shit.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly all eyes were on me. Felt their weight but stood my ground. It was the result I'd expected. Took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. Whoa, yo, this is trippy as shit. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. You'll keep your promise, goddammit. I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow, I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. Here we're going full snake. I would reach Dio. Then at last, the smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back. Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me The medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found Axelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it right now?
Yeah.
I kept my promise. Now, you... I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Axelavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much as my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the valve of his pocket and tossed it toward me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably, Axelavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. Oh, yeah. I held it out toward her.
Right, of course.
Yo, this is a trip in this trip of your ship, bro. She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be all right. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma, are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
I get to die with my harem. As a hero. I guess this is it.
First, is this so for real? Let's put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the soap roll was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. Wow, he's good at keeping track of time when he's fucked. In 5 minutes, I'd be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. To be continued? Oh, shit. Oh, so that one goes on. Interesting. Ah, the other one must have the other one must have like a... You dead. You dead, bro. Maybe like they turn on you, or he breaks this thing, and then I don't know. Maybe bad ending because Quark dies. Oh, we have that's opened up now. Well, I can't remember what the thing was there. We do have two endings. They're both dead. That one, no, this one was these two are the bombs. This one, I think this one was the fuck, I can't remember that one. I don't know. Right, well, we'll have to do that next time. I think what we'll tell you what we'll do. Let's do the other choice here, and then we'll switch over to some Animal Crossing. Well, actually, no, we can probably do Animal Crossing now. Or isn't it enough antiviral medication? Right, there we go. So the solution to that one's being found. I think it says you know where the medicine is now. Oh, that's true, yeah. How far into AC am I? I mean, it's my 5th day of playing. I guess that's the only way I can explain how far in I am. All right, okay. I want to play some Animal Crossing, because I don't want it to get too late before I play it. So we're going to continue with this tomorrow.